Morning, it's Tom Chenault, and we are YouTubing this one. And the first thing I'm going to do is show you this beautiful book I got from Victoria and Iggy Barron, Kona Double Diamonds. It's a new quote book. I think she was getting bored with my John Maxwell quotes. So last night I was doing the big meeting here in Longmont, and I was reading the book, and these people loved them. Great quotes from great leaders like Kennedy and Eleanor Roosevelt and George Washington and Mother Teresa. You guys all know that my other book that I read a lot is The Feeding the Giant. I hope you're up and at 'em on the website. If you take a look at Masters of Enrollment, all of the videos have now downloaded. My wife spent all day yesterday trying to get them into YouTube and then onto Masters of Enrollment. But now you've got access to Ben Fuchs and his unbelievable speech. You've got access to Lisa Barney and her coaching conversation. And the only thing I'm catching heat for is that I did not record Victoria Barron and her absolutely incredible talk about just getting started and getting busy and getting going. And at that meeting in Denver, it was unbelievable because she gave everybody rubber bands and pointed out that the only way we go anywhere is to stretch ourselves. And it was so cute last night because at the meeting, everybody was stretching themselves. They had their rubber bands. They were talking about it. They were talking about breakdowns that led to breakthroughs. It was absolutely unbelievable. But what was really cool about that, you guys, is listening to you guys with your new journals. If you haven't seen the new journals, you are missing it. Go to Masters of Enrollment and watch the video. We're going to have photographs of these up, but there's new rank advancement journals out there. When you first bring somebody in the business and you're taking them down that road to managing associate, they need a spiral notebook with the word longevity on it that is going to be unbelievable. Matt and Robin, I've got one for you. Anybody on your top line that you brought in the business, you give anybody that's a committed business builder, that you give them one of those journals. And when they get that journal, they know what they need to do next to get to managing associate. And then there's another journal that's a different color for managing associate. There's a different colored journal for diamond. There's a different colored journal for double diamond. Every one of them are leather bound. They are so beautiful, it will blow your mind, and they're only 15 bucks. So you are along with the journey with everybody. Denise Chenault's journal that she's been carrying for 5 years has no more room for words. She's used that journal literally every day of her journey, and now she's just going to get it rebound, put it in the archives, and break in to a very short amount of time to the Kona Double Diamond Journal we've got. Our Kona Double Diamond Journal isn't going to last long because we are headed to Fiji Double Diamond, then Tahiti Double Diamond, then Triple Double Diamond. You have got to think that way, you guys. You've got to buy the journals for your team, and then you've got to have those journals on hand for the new people you bring in the business. So when Matt and Robin come down to Longmont today, I will have that journal waiting for them, and that journal is going to help them on their journey. And each and every one of you, that's what you want to do. You're taking 4 people with you. Who are the 4 people, Shelly Schneider, you're taking with you? Do they have journals in hand? Have they made the commitment to 15 hours a week? Opening up with a 300 BV order, doing 15 hours a week of work, taking on 150 BV auto ship, committing to being coached by you. That's all it is. And once these people start realizing you're that serious about them, they're going to realize they've got a partner, and they're going to be pulling those oars like crazy. So I am so excited about what's going on as usual. Brian McCoy, Susie McCoy up there. I was looking at your organization yesterday as a result of some paperwork that I was doing with you. You people have a dynasty up there. I mean, what you've created in longevity is unbelievable. And the escape people doing the same thing. I was talking to the wonderful Robin Stewart yesterday and Victoria Barron, and I'm listening to those people talk about their view and their vision for where they're going with their business. I'm telling you guys, longevity is operating on all cylinders. And all you need to do today is decide that you are going to be a part of it and not just watch it. And it's going to start with calling Lisa Barney or emailing Lisa Barney and getting yourself that journal order in. They are dirt cheap. You're going to buy 4 of them for your 4 leaders. And you're going to, in the little journals, I think the little journals, the ones that just start in the business, are only 10 bucks a piece. So that is unbelievable. And these people are going to know your commitment to them. You can even write a nice note in the front. The other company I was with charged 30 bucks for that journal. That journal wasn't as nice as this one, and it was $30. It wasn't personalized to rank advancement, and it was 30 bucks. She's doing this thing at cost because she's playing the game at the level that you're playing it. She's playing the game at the level that the winners are playing it. All we need to do is roll up our sleeves and say, today we take the mountain. Today we take the mountain as a team. Today we take the mountain and we're all becoming rank advanced to diamond, double diamond, Kona double diamond, Fiji double diamond. And at that point, we go to that convention and we go in there with our head up, knowing that as a team, as the Hair on Fire team, or as the Z Radical team, or as the Brilliant Nutrition team, or whatever you're calling yourself in your group, I don't care what it is, as long as we're locking arms and going there together. It's going to be like Braveheart at that convention. I'm trying to get Lisa to give us some t-shirts for the women, some hats for the men, that we all are locked arms and we're walking in those doors saying, man alive, it is time to have some excitement. And I'll tell you, I don't know if you guys were at the last convention and you heard those Soul Purpose women. Those women were on fire. They can't hold a candle to us unless they join us. And that's totally preposterous. They are awesome, however they do it. So I didn't mean that. I love those Soul Purpose women. I want to be just like them. I want them to be just like us. And I want them to be with us. And I want us to be with them, is the politically correct way I wanted to say that came out of my mouth the wrong way. So I'm telling you guys, this is getting more exciting by the minute, but it's got to start with you. I was so happy when I was talking to one of you yesterday, and then they were having some breakdowns. And I said, have you read the Robert Chris books? Have you read the Mr. Schmooze books? They said yes. I was able to go right to the book to find out what it was that was breaking down for them so they could see themselves in it. And sometimes that's tough love. Sometimes you've got to look at people and say, this is how you have to do this to get that. But I'll tell you what, if you do this, it's going to be unbelievable. I watched a bunch of leaders find the dreams of 4 of their leaders. So they were here on Sunday and they were talking about their 4 leaders and what it was that was going to move those people to the next level. And I watched them buy gifts. I watched Marianne Niehaus get a picture in her email of a motorhome she wanted. I watched Shelly Schneider get a wonderful set of tapes of the little black book that she really wanted. Did she get them from me? No. Did they get them from me? No. They got them from their direct upline to show those people that they were in the foxhole with them. Have you shown your 4 leaders today that you're in the foxhole with them? And why not? And don't tell me that you don't have your 4 leaders, because I know you have your 4 prospects. Have you shown your 4 prospects that you're in the foxhole with them? Think about that today. Have you done that? So I want you all to take it on like that. Write them a nice note. Show them that you're sharing their dreams with them. Interview them at a level they've never been interviewed before. Dan Sutherland was talking last night. A guy literally had tears in his eyes when Dan Sutherland got done interviewing him. And he said, Dan, I want to thank you. And Dan said, why? He says, nobody's ever talked and listened to me like that. I really, really appreciate it. The guy didn't even know that Dan was interviewing him. It was a tremendous conversation. It wasn't manipulative. Dan wants this guy in his business. Dan really cares about this guy. Dan needed to know what makes this guy tick. And the powerful conversation that came out of that was a contribution to that guy's life. Dan Sutherland won on every front. You know what? You can too. And I love each and every one of you. And today is going to be unbelievable. It's going to get even better than that. I'm working at a clothing store. The owner of the clothing store got shot in a robbery. So I'm going down there to be his celebrity clothing salesman. So I'll tell you, by tomorrow it's going to be funny. I know there's going to be a story because all these people are not going to buy anything because I don't know how to measure anybody for anything. It'll look terrible, but it's going to be fun. I can hardly wait. So today's going to be a great day. And no matter what, everybody, do something for somebody else, because I'll tell you, you'll get a feeling from that like you've never had before. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I love each and every one of you with all my heart. I'm bringing you back right now.